Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and staying back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game Pocket. Today's video, I feel like trying out this Pikachu deck that I built, seeing if we can win a game or two online with it. I know Pikachu decks are kind of a dime a dozen, but I think this variation of it's pretty fun, so I figured why not play it and try it out and see how it performs. But I will have the entire deck list in the description of this video below, should you want to try this deck out for yourself or just improve upon it. And I will try to explain my game plan behind this deck and thought processes when we actually get into some matches here. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling, and let's get into our first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here. Let's see what we're going up against. And we do get to go second, so fortune is at least favoring me in the early game. And, well, we have every Blitzle and Zebstrika in the deck, so we can at least build that pretty quick. And we'll get Joltik out. And as I said before, Pikachu decks are very, very common. So, I mean, what you're going to see me do is not really a whole hell of a lot different than what you see most Pikachu decks do. It runs Blitzle, it runs Pikachu. Really, you want to keep your bench full, so when you bring Pikachu in, you can start sweeping, and you can get built up pretty quickly, which is the bright side of this deck. But I think most decks usually run Electrode, where I'm running Joltik and Galvantula. I'm doing that because Galvantula hits a little bit harder, and mainly for its effect, which allows us to prevent the opponent from retreating when it's fully evolved. So that's really the perk here, and of course Zebstrika can snipe the bench, and this is kind of like what you want to start out with. I would have rather had a Pikachu in my hand rather than two Blitzles and Zebstrikas, but we'll do what we can. So in a nutshell, basically you want to stall and snipe with Blitzle or Zebstrika, and hold your opponent in place with Galvantula, and then sweep with Pikachu, really, with your full bench. But we have got to have Pikachu first, and looks like they're going with Dragonite and Hypno, which pretty good stall tactic. Probably not the order they would have wanted to play their Pokemon, but they are taking their sweet time, so they might be kind of annoyed that they run into Pikachu right out of the gate, and they may have not hit on that Mystic or Mythical slab. And we do get Sabrina, and well, I guess we're just going to attack with our Blitzle here. But let's see if our opponent opts to return or not. It doesn't look like they're running any Psychic Energy, so there's probably no danger of Drowsy actually hitting us here. So what we're going to do is snipe that Dratini, if we can. And hopefully get it taken out before they get a Dragonair, but they already get Dragonair up. Alright, where we're going to start, well, the good thing here is even if they do hit on the sleep when we evolve, that will completely undo it, so it doesn't matter if they get Tails anyway. So, we're going to start sniping this Dragonair as much as we can. And thankfully we have two Zebstrikas. Now, I could make them tag in a Dratini, but there's really no point because we can snipe from up here. And we don't really need to be hitting Hypno, because Hypno's no threat to us. So we're just going to be annoying and do as much damage to this Dragonair as we can before it becomes Dragonite. And they already have two Dragonairs up, and they're going to opt to power that one up. Alright, hopefully they get Tails in the coin toss, or else our plan does not work. They get a heads. Alright, so we can't attack, and they have their Dragonite. So their stall tactic is working. Hopefully I get heads here. I do, so we can pop this Dragonite again. But I really need to be drawing into Pikachu soon, and I'm just not going to be able to hit on it. So we power up Joltik, and we will just snipe with their Dragonite. Okay, so I really need Pikachu here soon, or Galvantula, just something so I can do a little bit more damage. They have to leaf the Hypno out. That is the caveat to that. Or put an energy in retreat. But they're going to put me to sleep again, so I need to hit on this coin toss to do anything. Alright, I do get lucky on this coin toss. Alright, show me Pikachu, please. And there's the lad. Alright, so we want to make sure Pikachu comes in last. And we want to make sure we get Dragonite into Pikachu range. Because I can't KO Hypno just yet. And I am clicking on Dragonite and nothing is happening. Well, I was clicking on Dragonite and it wasn't picking him, so I had to settle for Dragonair, so that did not go how I wanted it to. I don't know why it wouldn't let me select Dragonite. I mean, they would have healed it anyway, so I guess it really wouldn't have mattered a whole heck of a lot. But they are going to bring in their Leaf here, so this is where things are going to get saucy. Because they could, in theory, wipe my whole damn bench, because it took so long to get into Pikachu. And they're going to put Zebstrika to sleep, because that effect works from the bench. But they do get a Tails on it, so we can get Zebstrika out should they live. But they don't. They KO 2 Pokemon right out of the gate. So we're in a real bad way here. Because I don't think I can survive no matter what I do. And I could tag, but I just don't know if it'd be smart to do so, because if I KO the Hypno, they're going to bring Dragonite right back in. I KO the Dragonair, they're going to bring Dragonite right back in. So we're just kind of in a weird spot, but we can't KO anything, because we don't have anything on our bench. Alright, so we're actually will Sabrina. Because I can't KO anything anyway. And they're going to bring Hypno in. I'm just going to tag Hypno, I guess. And yeah, that's going to be all I can do, really. Other than just kind of delay. I mean, they could very well have another Leaf in their hand. But we do have another Pikachu in the deck. And another Joltik. So we can fill our bench up again, but it's not going to matter. They're going to go into Dragonite, and that's going to be it. Unfortunately, they were able to get started before we could. And that cost us the game. But that is the luck of the draw, as they say. But good game to that opponent, and I will be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent. Let's see if we can get Pikachu up and rolling a little bit quicker. But unfortunately, where we're going first, we're not going to be able to do so. And we have nothing on our bench, so that doesn't really help us at all either. Alright, well, hopefully Oak will give me something good here. And another Dragonite, okay, well. Really need to get going quick here. And we got our Electabuzz. I'm going to be honest, I forgot that I have Electabuzz in this deck. Just completely spaced that Electabuzz is here. But alright, let's get our Pokeball out. And we get Joltik. And that's all I can do for now. And we have to end our turn. But we need one more basic for Pikachu to be a world beater here. But thankfully Dragonite can't attack right out of the gate. But let's see what their wall is. They hit on both Pokeballs. So maybe one's Genie. They might be running Druddigon. That might be their wall. God, they're going to get all the cards. They might already have everything they need to make this really bad. And there's Druddigon. And they're running a Mew. Okay. I mean, Mew kind of universally fits anywhere, so they may bring Druddigon in here, I would presume. Alright, so they got their wall up. They're having to stall, so are we. And we have a Leaf on our side. Well, I guess... I'm trying to think, would it be wiser to build Electabuzz up or build Pikachu up? So Electabuzz, at the very least, can attack around this Druddigon. I think I am going to opt to build up Electabuzz. We'll just leave Pikachu out here for now. So we can hit for 40 a pop with Electabuzz, which is good. Please don't have your Dragonair. Okay, they don't. Alright, we do get another Pikachu, which is also good. Let's get Zebstrika out here. And we're gonna X-Speed our Pikachu out so we can swing on this Dragonite with Electabuzz. So we get both energy and Electabuzz. And let's pop Dratini. Alright, if they don't draw into Dragonite, or Dragonair, excuse me, then we can KO it next turn. But considering that they're still putting energy into it, they probably have their Dragonair. Or do they? They conceded. Okay. They fooled me on that one. Alright, looks like we're 1-1 against Dragonite without really Pikachu having to do very much. But good game to that opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. Let's see if we're going to go 3 for 3 against Dragonite opponents. Or if we're going to get something different. Alright, we start with Electabuzz. Not the worst opening card we could have. And we have 2 Pokeballs, so we're going to get at least 2 more basics, so we're not kind of hung out to dry here. But we're going to have to wait for our opponent's turn. Looks like they have. And we'll be up against... Alright, we're going up against a water deck, so we do have the advantage here. Blastoise and maybe Vaporeon? But we'll have to see here. Alright, what are you running along with Blastoise? Show me. Show me what you got. Alright, Greninja, Blastoise. And Gyarados. Alright, got the trifecta here. Okay, so, yeah, Electabuzz is going to be key to get going, so we can get that Magikarp the hell out of here. Alright, we got 2 Oaks and 2 Pokeballs of our own. Let's see what we draw into here. We get our Pikachu, which is very, very good. Let's get it on the bench. And let's play another Pokeball. If we could get our other Pikachu, that would actually be awesome. But we do not. We get Joltik. That's fine. But we're going to Oak it up before we do anything else. And we get another Joltik. And a Galvantula, which is just fine. And I'm going to play both Joltiks. Just so when Pikachu comes in, it can come in at full blast. And that's about all I can do here. Now, it would have been wiser to put that energy on Pikachu, probably. But I'm going to play the game of sniping Gyarados before it becomes a problem. And then we'll worry about Pikachu later. But let's see what they opt to do. I mean, if they get Gyarados early, that might change the plan. Because we'll just get Pikachu running probably faster than they can get Gyarados going, even me putting in an energy and Electabuzz here. But they're thinking really, really hard. Alright, so they're playing Oak, so they can't Leaf out, and they can't Sabrina in. Or make me Sabrina something in. But the real question is how they're going to opt to play their energy here. They are going to opt to put it in a Magikarp. So I must make the presumption that they do. They don't have Gyarados, so they may not know what this Electabuzz does. Which is actually very, very good. So let's get energy into Electabuzz. Let's get our Galvantula here. And let's Oak it up. Because why not? And we get Blitzle and Sabrina. Don't need to make them tag anything in. And Night-Night Magikarp. Alright, now I can also one-shot the Squirtle. That is also a plus. And if they evolve into War Turtle, they can't attack immediately, which is also good. So now we're going to start building up Pikachu in the back row. That is the, I think, the optimal thing to do here. We don't really need Galvantula's effect for anything just yet. We will soon. Presumably, depending on how this goes. Let's see what choice they make. They're having to think long and hard about it. But let's see what they do, I suppose. But they are really, really running down this clock here. And they opted to concede. I'm going to presume they didn't know what Electabuzz did, which is fair. But alright, good game to that opponent, and I will go find another match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent for the video here. And we're going second. all good things. And how do I want to start here? Don't know if I want to... Well, yeah, let's put Pikachu up first. Just because we're going to have a halfway full bench, so why not? And we're going up against a fighting deck, which is not good, but at least we get the head start on building our Pikachu up. But this might be an Aerodactyl deck. I mean, that's what I'm seeing as the common pairing with Marshadow. Alright, so we get Sabrina. We put our energy into Pikachu right out the gate. I'm hoping for a basic because we want to be able to do 90. And we are blessed with our other Pikachu and a Galvantula. Alright, so we got both Pikachus out already, which is nice. And we can go ahead and end our turn here. And if we get lucky enough for them not to have drawn into another basic, we just kind of win. But they're going to oak it up. I don't want them to get this Marshadow out, so I don't think I'm going to let them. So if they only have one other basic, we're going to immediately tag this Marshadow in, so we don't get in too much trouble. Alright, so they're going to opt to tag in the Mankey, which is fine, though we are going to take, they get heads on this coin toss, a decent amount of damage. They actually opted not to power up Marshadow. So for Tails, we get Tails. Alright, I'll take it. Alright, it was a gamble. I respect it. But we're going to take, just to go ahead and take out Mankey, so Primeape's not a problem, and they opted to concede. Alright, well. I'll go out and find one more opponent, because that was so quick. But a good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent for this video. And we get to go second again. That's very, very good. And we have Blitzle and Zebstrika in our hand already. No sign of Pikachu, but we do have a Pokeball, so we might be able to hit on it that way. But let's see what we're up against before we get too happy. Okay, so they are playing Golem. But they're having to go first, which is good. So we definitely want to get that Marshadow out. So we're going to start sniping Marshadow before that becomes a problem. And they're going to Pokeball. Alright, so there's a Golem and Marshadow, there's Judagon. And they're going to Leaf the Geodude out. Smart, but it really doesn't really matter. Because we're going to start picking them off with Zebstrika when we get the opportunity. And I could attack this turn on my turn, but probably going to opt not to do that just so we don't damage Blitzle unnecessarily. But let's see what they opt to do here. I mean, I don't think there's really much they can do next other than pass. But they're going to run the clock down a little bit. Alright, so we get an X speed, but we don't have anything to change into if we wanted to. Alright, let's see what we draw into. We get Electabuzz. So this is very interesting, actually. I'm not going to attack anyway with Blitzle. And we do have an X speed, so I think what I'm going to do is actually just power up Electabuzz. So we can hit just a smidge harder. Alright, we get another Pokeball, another Oak. And we hit on a Pikachu, which is nice. Now, they can't really do anything yet. Every Pokemon they have needs 2 energy to attack. So, depending on what they do, I might just attack whatever they put an energy into just to make it interesting here. That's all I could do. No need to draw it out. And we'll go ahead and let them go now. Now, they can evolve into Graveler immediately if they have it. And they're going to power up to Geodude. That's what they're going to have to do. So, we're going to make this annoying. Alright, so we're going to power up into Zebstrika. Put our energy into Electabuzz. And we're going to oak it up. And hopefully we hit another Pikachu. We do. So now we got 2 Pikachu on the bench, and we're going to start getting that trainer going on the next turn. And we're going to X-Speed this Zebstrika out to bring in Electabuzz. And I'm going to snipe this Geodude. Alright, so that should make them sweat just a smidge, unless they have a Graveler in their hand. But even then, well, they conceded right then and there. Well, you know, this deck worked a little bit better than what I thought it would. Good thing Electabuzz was here, even though I forgot about his entire existence in this deck. But yeah, good game to that opponent. If you made this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. Feel free to leave me any comments on how I can make a better Pikachu deck. I'm sure there's absolutely a way that I can. But again, thank you so much for making this far in the video. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.